Just a short time ago, San Diego County authorities telling me that they do believe that Jim DiMaggio may be armed with homemade bombs. I'm going to bring in Jan Caldwell from the sheriff's office right now. And Jan, go ahead and tell us, what your fears are and what your suspicions are about DiMaggio and homemade bombs.
Well, our investigation to date has brought to light the possibility that he has explosives on his person. And when that came to light this morning, we thought it important to get it out to the public right away. And so we want to emphasize again to the public and also law enforcement officers, do not approach that car if you see it. There's a possibility that it is rigged with explosives.
And when you say that, you also mean if for some reason he abandons and seeks out another vehicle or flees on foot, you very well believe that he may indeed try to booby-trap the car.
That's absolutely correct. That's a distinct possibility that because we don't know where he is, we have to work under a lot of different theories, and not speculation, but good working theories, and this is one of them. He could still be in that car. It's not that we don't want people to still look for that Versa, but he also could have abandoned it. So we just want to make sure, in an abundance of caution, we put the word out about these explosives.
In link to all this, talk that DiMaggio has survival-type skills as a camper-type person. Can you tell us what your concerns are about him being out there, especially consider the western United States with so many people who on a given day are outdoors in national parks, etc.?
I don't want to go to the extreme and say survivalist. What I will say is that the investigation has determined that he enjoyed the outdoors, camping and hiking. So that being said, there is that possibility again that he has hunkered down somewhere, anywhere in the wilderness. He could be in a rural area right now, in a tent or a cabin or in the woods somewhere. And so we want people that are hiking, fishing, enjoying the outdoors to memorize the car, the license plate, the faces. And again, if you see something, don't take any action on your own. Use your cell phone and call 911.
Now, we had 2 reports that he may have been seen in such rural areas where people would be camping, hiking. That would be Modoc County, California yesterday, Lake County across the border in Oregon. Tell us how credible those reports are and what you're actively doing to chase those leads.
Law enforcement has been great, and we did have a cluster of calls yesterday in Northern California, Southern Oregon, and I believe those are still being panned out. It doesn't look like they are going to turn into anything, but they've been great. What I've said is that there is no law enforcement officer in this country that's not going to drop anything and everything they're doing to find these 2 missing at-risk children and find this man who's believed to committed this crime. This is the most important thing that law enforcement officers do, and they're determined to find him and them and reunite the children with their father.
Let's go back to this talk of homemade bombs. Can you give us a sense for size, scope, how many, how powerful?
I really can't give that to you. There are a lot of elements of this investigation that are ongoing I can't speak to. We are putting this out so that people know there's a possibility. We're not saying it's a definite, but it's a possibility that this man has bombs on him or some sort of incendiary devices.
When we talk about incendiary devices, we saw that his home burned down. Do you believe he used an incendiary device or an accelerant to expedite the burning down of his house?
Those are great questions and all part of the investigation that's ongoing on the 2nd floor and all over this county right now, but I just can't speak to it.